So Dallas Cowboys kick returner KaVontae Turpin was arrested over the weekend, and everyone is asking the question, will it lead to a suspension or not? I believe we have an answer. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Mauricio Rodriguez here at A to Z Sports Dallas. Today, we are talking KaVontae Turpin because the 4th of July weekend ended in a little bit of unfortunate fashion for the Cowboys because on Saturday, All-Pro returner KaVontae Turpin was booked into Collin County Jail, according to the Dallas Morning News, and he was later released on Sunday. Now, in this video, the idea is to get an answer as to whether or not KaVontae Turpin will be suspended by the NFL. Is he in risk of that at all? Because I'll tell you, people are comparing his case to Lions wide receiver Jameson Williams, but there is a major difference in those two cases. But first, let's break down the details very quickly. KaVontae Turpin was arrested and charged on 2 misdemeanors, one of them because of marijuana possession and another one because of unlawful carrying of a weapon. That's pretty much all the details we have. And additionally, KaVontae Turpin was speeding at 97 miles per hour in a 70 miles per hour zone, and that's why he was pulled over originally. Obviously, none of it is ideal. I know some of these charges will be more controversial than others, and I know that Texas laws are a big aspect of this conversation as far as context goes. But now that Turpin is out of jail, I think the biggest question in every fan's mind is he going to be suspended or not? The first thing that I'll say is that because of the NFL personal conduct policy and how ambiguous it is at times, we're mostly just doing some guesswork here. And I think that's why many people have turned to the most similar case they can find. And one of the most recent ones that makes sense to compare this to is that of Detroit Lions wide receiver Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams, for those of you who don't know, was a passenger of a car back in October 2024 that was pulled over. Williams told officials, "Hey, I have a gun under my seat." He was asked to step out of the vehicle. He was put in cuffs. He was put in the back of a police car and questioned a little bit, but he was not charged and he was not arrested. He was able to go home after that. That is key because there are just so many major differences here. Number one, Jameson Williams was a passenger of a car that was pulled over. He told officials what he had to tell them. And then, sure, there was a little bit of an awkward moment there while being put in the back of a police car, but no arrest and no charges is a major difference than what KaVontae Turpin is going through, where he was, number one, speeding by 27 miles per hour and then arrested and then charged with multiple misdemeanors. So right off the bat, what I want to make very clear is this is a different case, even if it has the similarity of a gun being involved in the car. With all that being said, will KaVontae Turpin be suspended or not? There's a lot that goes into this. It's true that the NFL has relaxed its policies around weed, and players are not even suspended because of positive tests anymore. But since there is an arrest involved, then the whole thing is subject to the NFL's personal conduct policy. Now, player background is also considered here, and the fact that KaVontae Turpin has some domestic violence charges in his past might not help him a lot. And last but not least, the gun thing is where I'm not sure how the NFL is going to look at it. I guess it will depend on the details, which we do not have right now. I'll give you my educated guess before we leave this video. I don't think KaVontae Turpin will be suspended for this. It is far from a guarantee, but I think the league is trying to stay clear of suspensions that have to do with weed. And because the gun thing is a misdemeanor, chances are the NFL is not going to look at this as a big deal. And even if they did suspend KaVontae Turpin, this whole thing is likely going to take some time because, it's a lengthy process and the NFL needs to let the legal stuff play out before they get into investigating themselves. So week 1, I do expect KaVontae Turpin to be there on the field. Just be smarter and be better. Come on. All right. See you next time.